How's it going? My name is Isa Ramos, and I did my persuasive speech, and the title is Small Life in a Big World. So, is it our friend or is it our curse? Technology, money, and us stressing. After all this, after I talk about my speech, you're going to realize it's going to be up to you whether you choose whether it's our friend or whether it's our curse. So, we're constantly busy trying to make money, and we're always constantly worried about what is going on in other people's lives and what's going on in the world. But we forget the most important: our lives, our ideas, our own thoughts, our own beliefs, the very own components that make us who we are as a person. So, from my experiences, I started making some changes, even some small ones, because even the small ones they have a progress in what makes us ourselves. So, if you make some changes, even the small ones, they're gonna make an impact on your life. Life is short and it's full of lessons. So with these lessons, whether they're good or they're bad, we should always be learning from them, because we should learn from every minute to make every second count. We should make the choices we should be making. We should always be making the right choices. We should always be making the choices that benefit us into becoming better and stronger people. What we need to be doing is we should stop spending money on what our wants. We need to stop spending money on materialistic things, because consumers are overspending and they're getting themselves into heavy debt. In fact, our debt, including credit cards and auto loan and student loans and personal loans, are on a pace to top $4 trillion in 2019. We're in 2020, 4 trillion to 2020. I'm sure it went up. So, with this debt and all this money and us getting into loans and credit cards and getting ourselves into more and more debt, it makes us sad. It makes us feel overwhelmed. It stresses us out, and it starts forming signs of depression. And that whenever you start experiencing depression, it could be bad. It could make you make wrong choices. It could lead you to doing drugs, alcohol, abusing these things. And once you start abusing these things, you can make mistakes. And these situations is, once you're in them, it's gonna be really, really hard to get out of. It's a very tough situation. Our mental health is a very important part in what making ourselves and ourselves to other people. However we feel in the inside shows us on how we feel on the outside. So we should always be focusing on that. So we do need to stop buying these wants and what celebrities and tell us to buy, and we need to just, if we don't need it, then why are you gonna buy it? What you need to be focusing on first is what you need, what makes you happy. Buy the things that you want, not what other people want. I think we can all agree that our generation is about technology and making our lives easier. So although technology does make our life easier, those benefits also come with problems. To our everyday lives. For example, social media. We start comparing our lives to other people's lives. We see those people being in social media, they looks like they're happy, and we start making ourselves, oh, maybe I'm not happy. Maybe I should be doing what they need to be doing in order for me to be happy. We shouldn't be doing that. Or even things that encourage us to buy materialistic things. We don't need to be focusing on that. That's technology using us to do things that we don't want, things that we don't need. We don't need technology to control us. We should be the one that controls the technology, not let technology control us. Hell, governments around the world are drawing evidence. For example, there's a connection between using screens and poor attention span. These attention spans they've been running these things on kids. And the kids they're having development in children. They're increased loneliness. They start experiencing stress, and teenagers start having symptoms of depression. So we should use less screen time and have more self-discipline on not buying on what a celebrity has or what everyone has. Instead, have the technology that helps us find things that catch our interest, that could guide us to being better and stronger people. So we need to enjoy life, make the right choices, so that way we can then be ourselves. And we could live the life we wanted. not what someone else wants, not a fantasy of someone else's or their image of you, but instead you should make the choice that you want. The choices that will make you a better person. Because we're so focused on what goes on in the show and in celebrity lives, what goes on in movies, or what friends are doing. We get caught up on comparing our likes and lives and of theirs that we forget of ourselves. Before you know it, you're in a closed room wondering how did you get yourself in there. You're wondering, man, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know who I am because I'm hanging out with people and I'm becoming them. I'm no longer myself. I'm an image of them, but in a different form. Tech companies are using elaborate strategies to keep our eyes on the screen. By exploiting the brain's reward system, they've mastered on how to keep people from scrolling, clicking, and even liking. They're breeding us. They're using certain things to keep us from being on the technology, scrolling, liking. Technology is controlling us. So we need to not be on technology so much. We need to have less screen time because we're letting technology control us because we're spending so much time on technology that we're forgetting about what's going on around us. So, it's easy to fill our brains with chemicals of dopamine that isn't real. We should instead fill it with natural happiness into our lives. Let's enjoy the goods and bad and learn from each one of them in their own way to evolve into a better and stronger minded individual. We can make changes and impacts on people we might not even realize, so therefore we should have our mindset in the right path. Our impacts play a role on people's lives, and therefore we should be in a good mindset. You can't help anyone if you can't help yourself. Change begins first within, and within change will come out. Thank you.